Our topic for this documentation is all about air pollution. But before we go to the deeper explanation about air pollution, let me define first what is air pollution. Air pollution is the introduction of chemicals, particulates, biological materials, or other harmful materials into the Earth's atmosphere, possibly causing diseases, death to human, damage to other living organisms such as food, crops, or the natural or built environment.
Smokes from transportation is a major cause of damage to the environment. It is one of the major concerns that environmentalists are dealing with. Air pollution from transportation is a serious problem. Emissions from these things contain a range of toxic substances that cause the air pollution.
Some of the harmful substances caused by smokes from the transportations include carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and nitrogen oxide. The main gas released is carbon dioxide, which is considered as one of the major greenhouse gas. Too much of this could destroy the carbon cycle, trapping the heat in the atmosphere, contributing to the global warming and climate change. Nitrogen oxide, also emitted by smokes from the transportations, causes acid rain. Carbon monoxide, which is considered as poisonous and harmful, produced when there is incomplete combustion of fuel. These substances and chemicals are hazardous to human health, especially to our dear environment.
Factories cause pollution because they have smoke waste from the manufacture of new products to be released into the air. What contained in the waste depends on the product being made and the material used to make them. Some products require added chemicals and some require a process to be used that releases toxins into the air. These toxins released into the air are considered air pollution.
We have also downloaded a video from YouTube that will explain more about air pollution.
The world is no longer the place it once used to be. The rate at which man has made progress in terms of technology and industrialization is in direct proportion with the increase in an evil we know as pollution. The world has found itself in the clutches of various types of pollution, one of the most dangerous being air pollution. Air pollution is the introduction of chemicals, matter or other materials into the atmosphere that can bring harm or discomfort to humans or other living organisms and even cause damage to the environment. Now let us see how air gets polluted. A substance in the air that can cause harm to humans and the environment is known as an air pollutant. Pollutants can be in the form of solid particles, liquid droplets, or gases. Sometimes such substances may come from natural sources like smoke and dust arising from forest fires or volcanic eruptions. Pollutants are also added to the atmosphere by human activities. The sources of air pollutants are factories, power plants, automobile exhausts, including road vehicles, as well as aircrafts, and burning of firewood and dung cakes. Vehicles produce high levels of pollutants like carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxides, and smoke. Carbon monoxide is produced from incomplete burning of fuels such as petrol and diesel. It is a poisonous gas. It reduces the oxygen carrying capacity of the blood. Many industries are also responsible for causing air pollution. Petroleum refineries are a major source of gaseous pollutants like sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide. Sulfur dioxide is also produced by combustion of fuels like coal in power plants. It can cause respiratory problems, including permanent lung damage. A common sight during winters is that of the air being covered with a thick fog-like layer. This layer is a combination of smoke and fog and is known as smog. Smoke may contain oxides of nitrogen, which combine with other air pollutants and fog to form smog. Smog causes breathing difficulties such as bronchitis and asthma, thanks to the particulate matter or fine particles that it carries. Other kinds of air pollutants used in refrigerators, air conditioners and aerosol sprays are called chlorofluorocarbons or CFCs that damage the ozone layer of the atmosphere. High-energy ultraviolet radiation, known as UV rays in the stratosphere, breaks oxygen molecules or O2 apart, forming two separate nascent oxygen atoms or O. These oxygen atoms are highly reactive and quickly join with nearby oxygen molecules to form ozone or O3. The ozone layer protects us from ultraviolet UV radiation as it absorbs these harmful rays. The absorbed UV radiation splits the ozone molecule or O3 into a nascent oxygen atom or O and an oxygen molecule O2. The isolated nascent oxygen atom O quickly combines itself with a nearby oxygen molecule O2, forming a new ozone molecule, O3. The cycle continues, thereby protecting us from the ultraviolet radiation coming from the sun. The chlorofluorocarbons or CFCs released in the air are broken apart by the ultraviolet radiation. The chlorine atoms are then freed from the CFC and go ahead to destroy ozone. When a chlorine atom, Cl2, collides with an ozone molecule, O3, it steals a nascent oxygen atom, O, to form chlorine monoxide, leaving behind an ordinary oxygen molecule. When an oxygen atom collides with a chlorine monoxide, ClO, the two nascent oxygen atoms, O, bond to form an oxygen molecule, O2. The chlorine atom, Cl2, is thus released and is free again to destroy another ozone molecule, O3. The cycle continues, leading to the depletion of the ozone layer. The ozone layer has been suffering this damage for many years now. Another adverse effect of air pollution is acid rain. The smoke being released from factories contains acidic gases like sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides, which react with water vapor or clouds present in the atmosphere to form sulfuric acid and nitric acid. The acids drop down with the rain, making the rain acidic. This is called acid rain. Acid rain is mainly responsible for eroding the surfaces of buildings and monuments, especially those made of marble. Let us take an example to understand the biggest and the most dangerous effect of air pollution. You must have seen a greenhouse in a nursery or elsewhere. as you may recall, that the sun's heat is allowed to get in, but is not allowed to go out. The solar radiation comes in through the glass very easily, heating up the ground. The heated ground in return gives out infrared radiation which cannot escape through the glass. The trapped heat warms the greenhouse. This is the perfect example of the greenhouse effect. Similarly, the sun's rays heat up the Earth's surface. When the Earth's surface radiates the infrared radiation, some of the gases in the atmosphere like carbon dioxide, CO2, nitrogen oxide and water vapor, H2O, ensure that this radiation does not leave the atmosphere. Because of a number of human activities, the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is increasing rapidly. Because of this, more and more radiation is getting trapped in the atmosphere, increasing the atmospheric temperature. The greenhouse effect causes the Earth's temperature to increase, which has resulted into the biggest natural threat ever, better known as global warming.